It's the world. I'm in P world. You just can't make this up. By Cosgrove. Let's get it. It's the type shit make you think, know what I mean?
Just the other day, I read about this relatively old story involving Vince McMahon feuding with the NBA. I thought it was very interesting and immediately wanted to share it with you guys. But obviously it wouldn't be long enough for its own video, so I figured why not collect some more random NBA facts that just might blow your mind. Enjoy the video.
Let's get it.
If you were to take a trip down memory lane, there's always that one commercial that to you never gets old. And for many basketball
Reese's
fans,
Puff.
actually, it's the Nike freestyle commercial.
Oh yeah, these is legendary right here. Come on now. Where they make the beat with the dribbles. I'm in this thing. I don't give a fuck, man. I wear my chain. Bitches know my name.
From the moment it appeared on our TV screens, it became an instant classic, causing many kids to hit the courts in an attempt to replicate their moves. That's how influential it was. In fact, so influential, it forced a big-time movie to have a sudden change of plans. You see, when this commercial made its debut, it was during the 2001 NBA All-Star Game, and from there, it just took off in popularity. And get this, the Wayans brothers noticed that it was rapidly gaining popularity, so what did they do? Despite their Scary Movie 2 already being in post-production, they decided to quickly go back and film their own little spoof of the commercial, and somehow found a way to squeeze it in the movie just in time. Basically, the commercial came out when Scary Movie 2 was already finished. They thought they were done, and were just waiting for it to hit theaters. But because this commercial became extremely famous so fast, they just had to add it to the movie, which I'm sure the actors were not very happy when they got a call telling them that they have to come back in to film one more scene. But thankfully they did, because I think it went down as one of the best scenes in the entire movie.
Niggas are stupid.
During ABC's live coverage of President Obama's inauguration in 2013, anchor George Stephanopoulos spotted an absolute legend in the crowd, but it would turn out to be the wrong one.
Oh, damn.
And look at that crowd gathered now. It's Morgan Freeman, I think. Right there on the Capitol steps.
That is not Morgan Freeman.
I'm sorry. Thank you, David Rudnick.
As you just saw, he confused one of the greatest basketball players of all time, Bill Russell, with one of the greatest actors of all time, Morgan Freeman. I mean, I guess I can see why.
I think Bill Russell just passed away.
He literally had a clue right in front of his face.
Am I
Russell
tripping?
was wearing a Celtics hat with even his number 6 on it as well, directly in plain sight. The slip-up was pretty hilarious, but what wasn't so funny was the mistake BBC News made. When Kobe passed away, it seemed like every single news channel was talking about it. Even the British Broadcasting Corporation. They told their viewers of the tragic news while showing a picture of Kobe and his daughter Gianna. But then, for some reason, the segment randomly cut to some footage of LeBron highlights.
His list of achievements is long.
What?
An All-Star, an NBA champion, and an Olympic gold medalist. He was unashamedly competitive.
People were outraged and couldn't believe the error they made. And of
Elgin
course,
Baylor passed away.
BBC News at 10 felt absolutely horrible about it, as they quickly apologized for their mistake. But there was no excuse, because you can clearly see that it said James on the back of the jersey. They explained that it was just an unfortunate mix-up. Back in 2009, believe it or not, the WWE clashed with the NBA because of a scheduling error. The dispute was over who got to use the Pepsi Center in Denver on the night of Monday, May 25th, 2009.
Oh,
the problem occurred when they realized that on the night that the Nuggets and Lakers,
you know, the WWE won this one. Too much money.
Conference Final Series was also the same night that the WWE was supposed to have their event take place as well.
Who won this?
Think that that one of the two parties would just simply reschedule, but neither of them would go down without a fight. The Nuggets owner Stan Kroenke and the WWE chairman Vince McMahon were in a sticky situation, and I'm pretty sure you can guess who ultimately won the battle: the Denver Nuggets, because they were in the middle of a playoff series.
Oh, that's
so
different.
Of course,
I didn't know
they
that.
were top priority, along with the fact that Stan Kroenke wasn't just the owner of the Nuggets, he was also the owner of the freaking Pepsi Center itself. So of course what he says goes.
Oh, come
And
on now.
obviously Vince wasn't too thrilled by this at all, as he claimed that the WWE were penciled in months in advance, but were just thrown to the side like nothing. And Vince absolutely went in on Kroenke during an interview.
It's my view that Stan Kroenke should be arrested. Should be arrested for impersonating a good businessman.
Ooh,
a good
shit.
businessman doesn't book a World Wrestling Federation live televised event on Monday night, realizing that his team, in all likelihood, would not make the playoffs. I think that the Denver Nuggets fans had a lot more faith in terms of the team making the playoffs than the owner, Stan Kroenke. So,
Just as you thought he was
Hey,
finished,
one thing about Vince, man, he gonna turn a negative into a positive, or you know what I'm saying, some type of controversy, more views and shit, bro. He played that shit like a G.
dropped the mic on him.
I don't wish, indeed, the Denver Nuggets any harm, but I'd like to give this personally to Mr. Kroenke as soon as possible.
He was openly rooting for the Lakers because he obviously knew that they were the Nuggets' opponent at that time. The Nuggets may have won the battle, but it looks like Vince McMahon won the war by getting his wrestlers to dress up in Lakers and Nuggets uniforms. And I'm sure you probably know who Vince had winning the match.
That's
Petty,
a fact.
yes, but also pretty hilarious at the same time. It's no secret that the Sacramento Kings and the LA Lakers haven't particularly been the biggest fan of each other in recent memory, due to their heated rivalry dating all the way back to the early 2000s. They went to
Ooh,
war
shit.
multiple
Great
times in the
fuck.
playoffs, and hardly had any respect for one another.
We're not worried about the Sacramento Queens, but they're a great WNBA team.
There were many things that
I didn't
were
know the
said,
beef was this
but
real.
The one thing that the Kings and their fans really took offense to was what Phil Jackson said about them. He called Sacramento, and I quote, an old cow town. The fans were not going to let him get away with that without paying the price. So guess what? People started bringing actual cowbells to the games during the 2002 Western Conference Finals
I
just
love
to
it.
piss him off, sitting behind the visitors' bench with them, and it worked, as Phil Jackson would end up complaining about the noise in the arena, even having to wear earplugs because it was so loud. They made a killing by selling the cowbells to the fans. It's
how you
been
do
sort
it.
of a team tradition to this day, and the city of Sacramento has had real disdain for Jackson ever since he made that comment. I'm sure I'm not the only one who binge watches every single slam dunk contest on YouTube every once in a while, but during your search of them, have you noticed that the highlights for the 1998 dunk contest, as well as the 1999 dunk contest, can't be found anywhere? Well, that's because they don't even exist. Obviously, we all know that the 1999 one didn't happen because of the NBA lockout, but you might not have known that there was no slam dunk contest in the year 1998 either. And
Damn.
the reason is because the year before, which was 1997, was so bad
Oh, really?
that the NBA actually decided to get rid of it altogether. The most memorable dunk in that year's contest is probably the Kobe between the legs one, but other than that, it was as basic and underwhelming as it gets. The fans were unamused to say the least. So the following year, the NBA decided to just replace the dunk contest with another contest called Two Ball, which was a shooting event consisting of not only NBA players but also WNBA players, similar to the Shooting Stars Challenge. And as I'm sure you guessed, it didn't last very long. Now,
That
the
looked
dunk
like some
contest
bullshit.
definitely has its flaws, but I can almost guarantee that every single one of you would be pretty upset if the league decided to cancel the event again. So I think we should all thank Vince Carter for making it popular again in the year 2000. He certainly resurrected the dunk contest. So there you have it, guys. Just some random NBA facts that I hope you found.
Hey, did y'all know any of that? Definitely didn't know they got rid of the dunk contest for a little bit. I'm scared they might do that shit again though, because lately it's been. Sheesh. Until next time, it's the world.